What's going on, y'all? I know y'all like, girl, what happened? What happened? Let me tell y'all what happened, baby. I was just tired yesterday. I was really, really tired yesterday. It was a long day. It was an exhausting day. I had been up probably since 5 yesterday. And then I get home. Was up like 5 something. Out the house by 6 something. Didn't come back home till way after 8 o'clock. And by the time I came back home, baby, I was just tired. I was just tired. So I went to fuck to sleep for a minute. And I just didn't feel like watching anything. My mind just had to shut off, okay? But anyway, so we finna get into Sistas, and I'm looking at Sistas right now, and I feel like y'all was saying in the comments, you mean to tell me that we waited? And I know people like, well, why y'all complaining? Why y'all complaining? It's not that we're complaining. It's just that, it was so good in the first half, but then this second half that we was waiting for so long, and to the point that we were so eager for it because the first half was just so good. It really was. Like, it kept us up. It kept us wanting more, to the point that they moved the date up for when the show was going to come back from July to, I think it was supposed to come back in August or at the end of July, and then they moved it back up to June 1st. You know what I'm saying? So we got that, and it's only been like probably maybe a handful of good episodes in this second half. Probably like 3 episodes that was actually good. Other than that, I don't know if it's because I've been tired for the past couple of weeks. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm kind of over the show. I don't know, but I don't want to say that because I'm still very much interested in the show. I just wanted to pick up a little bit more. And honestly, as a critique, and we always say this, I really, really want Tyler Perry to get new writers. I know he doesn't, and he do it all himself. You got all these shows, sir, but it is okay. You have enough money to pay and to deal with unions and all of that stuff and whatever you need to do to get some real talented writers, black writers, women writers, gay writers, lesbian writers, male writers, all of that. You have the talent, you have the money, you have the time to get all of that so that you can, baby, you could probably spend more time with your family and all that shit if you go ahead and do that, because you're writing all these shows and they're damn near all the same to a certain extent. And the flow of it, the way that they're lagging, the way that they're dragging sometimes or whatever, it's almost as if you're stretching out a thought that you don't have anything else to do with. So you're going to just, I can't come up with anything else for right now, so let me stretch this out for 40 minutes. That's what it feel like. And I'm not trying to be negative. It's just constructive critique, because I'm still gonna watch the show and I'm still gonna review it, and I'm still pretty sure I'm still gonna find some of it that I do like. Like, I didn't necessarily dislike this episode. It was cool for what it was. It's just certain parts that I could do without. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we start off with the whole Calvin and Q situation. Over it. They built that shit up. I said, you know what? Please don't make it seem as if they're gonna have them fuck around and try to fuck. It was so cringy because you got this drunk man being asked if he wants to try having anal sex with an actual man. And he keeps saying that he's not gay, he's not gay. And I'm glad that he did say, even in his drunkenness, that the only person that I want to have fucking me is Sabrina, okay? That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad Calvin did not switch up and say, you know what? Okay, cool. Come on, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And for Q to be asking him, and he's inebriated the way that he was, and he was so fucking intoxicated. And I feel like that was very much kind of the R wordy, you know what I'm saying? It gave me those type of teas, all right? It's like, are you going to, and I was scared that he was probably going to try to take advantage. I just didn't know because, ain't no telling with Q. You're asking all these questions to a drunk man who was clearly not in his right mental state. And I'm like, what you about to do, take advantage of him? He winds up going up into his, into Maurice's room, which I didn't understand. Winds up throwing up all over the place, and I guess Q came back there and helped him or whatever, but he just so happened to be laying up in Q's lap with his dick in his ear. Now, Q, Why you just didn't push that boy over onto the bed and have him linking over the bed where the garbage cans at? Why is he laying on your lap? Okay, that's what I didn't understand. And why are your clothes off? I get it, you ain't want to get no spittle, you ain't want to get no vomit on you or whatever. But I mean, really, you in your boxes and stuff. So when Maurice come up in there, it looked like they was about to do something, but it really wasn't, because Calvin was fully dressed. He was just drunk and passed out, and he threw up. And so Maurice basically told them to get their asses out of there. That's it. And I'm just sitting here like, we really could have did without that. We really could have did without the innuendos of, is he going to do it or is he not? Because this show continuously plays around with the fact that this man is sexually free, or I should say sexually adventurous. You know, like he doesn't mind trying this and trying that as long as it's with a female slash, or let me say, a woman partner. You know what I'm saying? Because if he wanted to do all of those things with a male partner, then that would make him gay, or that would make him bisexual. But he's doing all of this stuff with a woman, and therefore he is a straight man. So can we move past it, Tyler? Can we move past it? Moving on from that, we get the whole situation with Andy and the girls going over there to what's her name house? Karen. Now see, Karen, this is exactly why Aaron cannot move on. We can sit here and say, Aaron, you're doing too much. You need to just let it go. If she says she needs space, give her fucking space. But then you have a person like Karen who wants to say, I want space, I want space. But then you ain't going to call me? You ain't going to check up on me? But I need you to stay here. But I want you for right now. No, you're not going to use me, okay? Karen is using that man for her own benefits for right now, for her right now needs. That's what she's using him for, okay? Because the girls came over there and they didn't busted into the apartment. Now, first of all, I ain't going to say busted into. Now, Karen was getting her back blown out a little bit. Well, is it her back? Because she was laying on her back and he was on her stomach. She was getting blown out, okay? He was trying to do a little something. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed because I just don't like Aaron, okay? I really don't like Aaron, you know what I'm saying? And it's just something about... I don't know. It's just something about him I just don't really like. And then I don't really like Karen, the character. You know what I'm saying? Not the actress, but the character. Let's differentiate that. I was just like, girl, what are we doing? They knocking on the door, and she was like, oh my God, don't come in. And then they just came on in. I said, excuse me? Now, I'm going to assume that they got keys to each other's places, okay? And so therefore we just walk up in each other's house. But bitch, if I'm telling you don't come in, don't come in. If the door is locked, you knock on the door and you don't hear nothing, or I tell you don't come in, okay? That's what you need to do. Respect my privacy. And then they come up in there and see her getting it in with him and all that stuff. So of course she trying to tell him to go outside. We'll talk to you in a minute. I'll talk to you in a minute. She go out there to talk to him, and they trying to be persistent and want to stay. And I'm like, how y'all want to stay after she just in the midst of coitus? Okay? And according to Aaron, he said, bitch, this round two. Because Karen was like, oh, so close. He said, yeah, so close to getting that second nut. I said, well, hell, Aaron, all right. Maybe I have to reevaluate. Nah, let me take that back. I ain't gonna do that, because some people with some fucked up personalities, some crazy ways about them got some of the good sex. Okay, I don't know what it is. Some of the most toxic people got some of the... Trust and believe, I would know. I ain't never had no complaint in my life, girl. Let me stop. Okay, let me stop. This ain't about me. But bitch, listen, all right. So that happened. She go out there. She was like, what the fuck y'all want? And she said, girl, what you up in there doing with the preacher? Hey, Mr. Preacher Man. Okay. And she was like, listen, I will talk to y'all later, okay? And come to find out, she was like, they was like, so you went to the doctor, huh? Well, how y'all know I went to the doctor? Pam done told y'all. And Candy was like, well, actually, no. For once, Pam didn't say nothing. She just said that you've been gone all day. You've been all out and about all day. And the whole time, I'm thinking like, now, Andy, so what day is this? And how long they been? See, let me tell you the timeline, right? So not Andy, Karen and Aaron went to the doctor's the day before, right? Remember when Sabrina had on the yellow dress for like 15 days? That was all in one day. And so they wound up having sex, and everybody has already changed their clothes. So what time did they start having sex if they only on round two? And it's in the morning the next day because they finally changed their clothes and they're getting ready to go to work. Or was this all in the same day? No, it was all in the same day. Let me take it back. It was all in the same day. But did Sabrina change her clothes? Let me fast rewind. Okay, never mind. Let me strike that from the record because Sabrina still got that yellow dress on. They do eventually finally change their clothes the next day. Okay, so we still in the same day. He keeping up on that timeline. So I ain't gonna get in the ass on that one. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, yeah, I went to the doctor. And I was like, wait a minute, but Andy, you already, didn't she tell her that when she was going up there to her, remember when Zach got into the fight at the office and Karen went up there to talk to Andy and didn't, either she told Andy that she was going to the doctor, or Andy told her that, she needed to go ahead and talk to Aaron. Talk to Aaron about all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what she needed to do. And so, she acting as if with the girls as if she never had any type of conversation with with Karen that whole day. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit weird, and y'all clocked that too. We all clocked that up in the comments and everything. So I'm glad that we here on the same page. And I'm just like, oh, excuse me. They like, so what did the doctor say? What did the doctor say? I talk to y'all tomorrow. What did the doctor say? I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I said, bitch, just tell him that, yeah, I'm fucking pregnant and I don't know who the baby daddy is and I'm finna go back and fuck on my man. Okay, that's all that you needed to say. Quit dragging this shit out. Because a bitch like me, don't tell me that, oh, I got some news, but I'll talk to you the next day. No, because I'm gonna be on your ass. It's the quickest way to piss me off. If you got something to say, don't say, I'll talk to you later about it. No, don't bring it up because now it's gonna be on my mind all freaking day until you tell me what it is. Tell me right then and there. And if you ain't had time to freaking tell me right then and there, don't bring it up to me until you got time to tell me everything, okay? Just so you can know that. FYI, getting to know me, that's how it is. Meanwhile, so that wind up happening. And then the continuation with this, they do wind up going over there to her job in the morning early. I was with Danny. They was like, we'll see you at your job. They was like, okay, well, she got to be at work. She be at work at 8 o'clock, so we'll be at her salon before 8. Me and Danny said, bitch, no, we not. No, we not, baby, because that means I got to get up at 6. Probably got to get up at 5 something or whatever just to get ready for around 6 or whatever. Get you a little breakfast in and then drive down there to go get into the salon or whatever and then talk for a little minute so that I can have enough time to get to work on time after that. I ain't finna wake up just to talk to that bitch. We would talk on the phone, okay? We will talk on the phone. That's what we would do, or we would wait till after work. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to do, okay? I'm not finna go through the girl. I need my sleep. And that's why I'm so off this whole week. And then I got to get up early tomorrow because surgery time is at 7:45. I have to be there at 7:45. Lord. Y'all know. It's a lot. I was here. Danny, for once, I was really here with you right there. But Karen goes up in there and talking to Aaron. Aaron putting his clothes on and basically like, you got a lot on your mind, so I'm going to just let you figure that out and all that shit. She was like, no, I won't complicate it. It won't complicate things and all this stuff. And see, she confusing him. He was like, it don't make sense. First you want me to go, then you want me to stay. And it's like, what exactly is it? You say it's not this and not that. And he just trying to understand where she coming from. And I'm just like, Aaron, get yourself out of this situation and just let her figure that shit out on her own right about now, okay? Because Karen just needs to be by herself. I'm tired of the wishy-washiness. I'm tired of the back and forthness. I'm tired of the, I don't know what I want. Karen, you do know what you want. You want Zach. And because you can't have Zach at this moment, you're playing on Aaron's emotions. And that's all that it is, okay? Because when we get down there to them at the salon and they talking to her, she finally did say, okay, well, yeah, almost 4 weeks pregnant. And Daddy was like, now hold on a second. Now I'm not really too good with math, But Sabrina here is because she works at a bank. So let's do the math. The math is telling us that this baby happened around the time that you was messing around with Zach and Aaron. And the whole thing is she don't want we getting the same old story again. She doesn't want the baby to be Aaron. And she put it out there. She don't like being with Aaron. She's not happy with Aaron because she wants to be with Zach. And they was like, well, what the hell was that last night? Well, last night was because I wanted him because I wanted some. That's all that it was. She wanted some dick. Okay? She was in her feelings and she wanted some sympathy dick. That's all that it was, to scratch a little itch or whatever. Understandable, but I wish you would just tell people what it was before you start playing around with them. Okay? And, you know, Andy, once again, I hate when they try to make Danny seem as if she's dumb and she's saying stupid things, because Danny is the one that actually will not sugarcoat anything. Okay? And for that reason alone, that's what makes me actually like Danny, that part of her character, because everybody else wants to sugarcoat, everybody else want to coddle Karen, especially Andy. But when it comes to Danny, Danny's going to say what needs to be said, regardless of the tone, regardless of what it is. I don't care, she's going to say it. Okay? And like she said, and they be acting like, she don't deserve to talk because she's going to say something stupid because she's high, because she's this and that. No, she said some real ass shit. Why are you sitting up here trying to figure all this stuff out right now? Why? As if this needs to be figured out in one day. You're barely a month pregnant. You have 8 more months to go. So therefore, you have 8 months to figure out what you need to do. That means you can take a little bit of time to yourself and get all this pressure up off of you. And like she said, the stuff, the clarity that you need and the solutions that you'll probably need will come to you in bits and pieces here and there. All right. And then it'll all come together probably by the end. And it probably won't all be together, but you cannot be expected and don't have to figure out all the stuff right then and right there. Get that fucking pressure off of you, because if she keep on stressing about this shit, she gonna stress herself into a miscarriage, and we don't want that. Okay, regardless of how we feel, I won't wish that on nobody, even if it's a television character that I don't like. So hell, that was that, and they looking at her like, damn, well, that really was a poignant situation that she put out there. Yeah, Danny be knowing her shit most of the time. Y'all just be making it seem like she the chunky comic relief dumb friend. That's what y'all be doing to her. And I really hate that trope for her. But moving on. So, and Danny even said, you need to hope that the baby is Aaron, so that that it won't be Zach, so that you can go ahead and move the fuck on. And that's what they had an issue with. They was like, well, it's the way that she said it. How else she supposed to say it? She needs to hear the hardcore truth. Even Karen said, just go ahead and let her talk, because I want to hear what she has to say. Because even Karen knows that Danny's going to tell the freaking truth, and that's exactly what she did. You need to hope and wish that that baby is goddamn Aaron, so that this will be a reason put in stone that you will have no more communication with Zach. You don't need no more communication with him, okay? And that fool might be going to jail. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving on from that. Andy had Robin over the night before in her lingerie, okay? In her lingerie and everything, just on that man's couch. And I say that man's because that man's brought that house. I don't give a damn if it's in Andy's name. Gary brought that shit. I said, oh, you are playing with fire. You didn't find no bugs in there. But I'm pretty sure that man got a tracking device, so whoever, he knows exactly who coming in and out that place, okay? And she up in there talking to him and, thank you for helping get Fatima out. He was like, it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult with Zach. And it was like, this favor that you're doing, it's not quid pro quo. I do anything for you. And he was like, it probably will help you so that you won't feel bad about, him, meaning Gary, doing what you're doing with him over Gary. And I'm just sitting here like, if we finna get into it, and I'm talking about get it in, don't bring up another motherfucking name. I don't give a fuck if I'm dealing with them or not, or you dealing with them or not. If you here with me, I don't want to hear shit else about nobody else, okay? That is not my problem. That is your problem. And if you ain't figured out, you should not have been here, okay? That's what it is. We came here to get down, and that is what we're about to do. We're about to get down, and I'm not finna feel any way about it. I'm about to get my nut, you're going to get yours, and we're going to go to sleep. That's all that it is, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, oh, all right. But Come to find out, Gary, this is what I want to understand. It's too fucking convenient. These shows now, what would make it a little bit more realistic for me if everything wasn't so close together, so freaking convenient. Like, how is it that Gary's office is close enough to Andy's building that he can take a telescope and look clearly into her penthouse apartment and see her on the couch kissing and getting it in with Robin? And then Jay come up in there trying to see what's going on with him. And he talk about, so have you ever done something stupid for a woman, been stupid for a woman, and all that shit? And I'm just like, yeah, that's your problem. Ain't nobody tell you to buy that girl that. You really thought that you could buy her off, okay? And it's backfiring on you. And now you sitting here looking dumb as hell, all right? Meanwhile, we find out that, Robin is the boss. And they had to go announce it to Hayden, okay? Hayden look a little, He gets on the phone calling Gary, telling him that, yeah, Robin just brought up the company. And so that means he gonna be up in the city more. And you ain't got nothing to worry about with Andy because, he gay. And it was like, you a lawyer and you can't tell when a person is lying to you. All right, so there's that. Hayden feels like he already got the upper hand and told Andy that too about you. Okay, well, you got Fatima out. You ain't going to be able to get Zach out. And that's exactly what wound up happening, okay? At the end of the episode, and let me fast forward to see if I skip anything because it really, really wasn't much to, like, expound on. But at the end of the episode, Andy was granted the opportunity to go down there to see Zach, but she had to be in there. Fatima could go, and she had to be in there with a lawyer. So she just so happened to be a lawyer, so she was able to go in there. And we found out that he's not going to be able to get out. Andy wound up saying some stuff about how they need to stop doing what they're doing. And this is what I've been saying for the past couple of episodes. Yeah, we like to see Hayden get fucked up. We like to fight. He deserves it or whatever. But you also have to understand that Hayden is devious as fuck. A person like him is the type of person that's going to egg you on until you hit them, because that's exactly what he wants you to do. So he wants to say that he was attacked and he did absolutely nothing wrong. Even though he antagonized the situation, but physically he did nothing wrong because you the one that threw your hands and touched him. You got physical with him, so therefore he could sue you. And she was trying to tell him, like, listen, I'm from the streets too, okay? And I know how it is, you know what I'm saying? But this is not the streets. And you got to carry yourself accordingly around certain people because you don't know how they going to respond, all right? Because look at what's going on. Y'all both, Hayden is fucking winning. And even Fatima had to say, you know what, you're right. Because Zach wasn't getting it. He was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, Zach, the man got you in jail for fucking fighting, okay, for beating his ass. But Tima got locked up for going and destroying his house, okay, even though it had nothing to do with him. But just because he got a history of fucking around with her, you know what I'm saying, fucking with her. So, y'all need to calm that shit down. And then, Andy again had to tell him, yeah, he could sue. He could sue for you putting your hands on him, and he can sue you for Tima for coming in his house and destroying his shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the DA come up in there and said basically Zach is not getting out of jail. He has no bond because he's back on probation. That's what some of y'all was saying. How the hell is he on probation or whatever? Because y'all was seeing that in the preview. And Zach even said, well, no, I'm off probation. What are you talking about? And what wound up happening is when that whole thing came up about him supposedly having this child, this 3-year-old child, and not paying child support for the child, that came up. It was a violation of the probation guidelines or whatever. So it put him back up in on probation, and then plus this whole offense with this fight, And so now, not only is he back on probation, he is back in jail. He's not getting out, no bond. He's looking at 10 to 15 years because of the back child support, and also because he, what they call, brutally assaulted Hayden. Now, I said, where's the brutal part? Actually, Fatima did more damage to him than Zach did. Because the way his face still fucked up from Fatima, and his Fatima guys fucking his ass up on that car and everything, had broken legs and all that shit, blacked eyes, he still got up and walked and continued to work that day when he got his ass put when Zach got arrested, you know. So it wasn't brutal, but I get it. They're being fucking extra, you know what I'm saying? But now he looking at 10 to 15 years. I said, ain't this some shit? Ain't this some shit? But yeah, that was the episode, y'all. I didn't miss anything. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. This episode really was actually quite better than last week's episode. It was a little bit better than last week's episode. It wasn't bad. Last week's episode, I just couldn't get through it at all like I needed to. But y'all tell me how y'all felt. I'll see y'all later. Peace.